So I'm eating some sunflowers here. While I was eating some sunflowers and some chai, I wanted to do this video because this video, you guys have been asking me questions. And by the way, this year I want to try as much as possible to focus on my channel in terms of what you guys want. And if I see or I check the questions that I asked you, especially on my Instagram, I asked you guys to tell me which questions or which topics do you want me to cover, especially on my channel. A lot of you, I received so many questions, like so many suggestions. A lot of you were suggesting about relationships in Turkey, life in Turkey, jobs in Turkey, and business in Turkey, and all those things. But high percentage of women, or maybe men and women, are into Turkish lifestyle in terms of actually relationship. A lot of you want to date Turkish men and actually settle with them, or maybe Turkish citizen. And that's why I want to really focus on my audience as you want, and also bearing in mind the analytics of my channel. So guys, today's video I'll be answering these questions, or maybe I'll be going deep to just give you some of the things that you guys ask, and I want to focus on the tips and actually on the potentials of actually just giving you some tips here and there in terms of actually dating Turkish or a Turkish person or a Turkish citizen. For international couples, like if you're a foreigner, you are into Turkish people, then this video is for you. Remember, as a disclaimer, this is not for everybody. If you know that you are not into Turkish people, please pass. Okay, without wasting time, let's dive in. Now, you might wonder, if you're new to my channel, you are seeing my face for the first time, and you're wondering, what the hell is she talking about, and who is she, by the way? I'm Phoebe. I always say like that. I'm a Kenyan, married in Turkey to a Turkish man. Together we have beautiful family here, and I have been living here for almost 5 years now, and we thank God. And I want to dive here in this video with regards to your questions, because guys, I realized that my channel has been going down because I'm doing the opposite. I'm running away from the question and the things that you guys are actually interested in. And for me, I feel like I wanted to give a channel a new look, or maybe something new, but you guys are not interested in the things that I've been talking about lately, but rather you are actually interested in this kind of intercultural stuff, intermarital stuff, and relationship stuff. So that's what I'm going to be giving you most of the time. Now, the very first thing for you, or for me to talk about, is actually for you to understand that in Turkey, or according to Turkish people, or maybe according to my own observation, in Turkey we have a lot of cultures. They are still into cultural stuff and traditions, which are actually unique and also blended with modern romance, and also in terms of actually being romantic, in terms of actually being hospital, or maybe hospitality to foreigners or to new people who are actually interested in their families or in their cultures. And also Turkish culture, in terms of family wise, they emphasize more on actually the family, and men are actually more into providing than the women. Even if the women are working, they are still considered as secondaries in terms of providing, whereas primarily men are the ones who are actually into providing for the family and making sure that everything is going smoothly. Whereas most of the time, even if the women are working or they are doing business, they still are considered to be the like the primarily in terms of taking care of the kids, the home, the decoration, the design, and everything that goes into that home. Mostly it is the women who choose the clothes or the things that are actually happening in that particular family, okay, together with the husband. But mainly the colors, the designs, what you want, are mostly done by women, okay. So for me, I think Turkish men are more of hardworking. And so if you are planning to get married to a Turkish girl, remember you're going to be needed to work hard, or maybe work smart rather. just to provide for your family. Okay, you won't be allowed, not allowed, but you won't be expected just to sit at home while the wife is doing the work and stuff, and it's going to be considered that it's not normal. Turkish men here are so much into hard working, which is something good. Of course, you don't want to get married to a person who is just sitting and he is doing nothing. He has no plans for the family, or he has nothing to give or to offer. Okay, now, if you're a foreigner, you might find or you might witness that in Turkey, there are a lot of cultural stuff compared to Western life, whereby it is like 50-50 thing. In Turkey, they are into like I said, the men are more of providing than the women. And also they have their own tradition in terms of cultural traditions, in terms of wedding, engagements, and circumcision. And it is actually good for you as a foreigner if you are maybe you are aiming to actually get married to a Turkish person, to respect these cultures and also to show support to the cultural stuff in terms of this kind of stuff. For instance, if it is during your engagement, as a man, maybe you are getting married to a Turkish girl, you're going to be required to actually do some stuff in terms of actually showing the respect, maybe attending the engagement, coming with your people, bringing flower to this girl, bringing some Turkish coffee which has been put, maybe the girls have put some salt or maybe honey, depending on what the girl has decided, and just being present and being a good husband to this girl once you get married. And also, something else I have to add, it is in terms of actually when you are a foreigner, you are coming for the first time, you might not know everything. Maybe you are getting married for the first time in Turkey or for the first time to a Turkish person. You might not know everything, the traditions, the cultures, and maybe because of the language barrier, they cannot explain fully to you. But once you get used to being in Turkey and seeing these kind of things, you will understand that they still hold their cultures in terms of circumcision, in terms of weddings, in terms of even just being like communication with the locals and everything. So don't be afraid if you're dating a Turkish person, you don't know the cultures and stuff. They always have a way to solve such kind of problems. When I came here, when I got married here, I was new. I didn't know anything. I didn't know even something like nikah, like the wedding night and stuff. And by the way, I have to tell you that if you are getting married, if you are foreigner and you are not a Turkish person, chances are you might not do these things, because most of the time, let's say for if it is a girl, most of the times girls who are doing these traditions, they already are prepared. For instance, you'll find that it is so common here to find Turkish girls who are still virgins, and they can wear that wedding gowns, and then there is a red ribbon or a red stuff on their waist, just to symbolize their purity. And also it has another tradition culture that I'm still also learning, but you'll find that it is so common for such kind of things to happen here in Turkey. So if you are dating a Turkish person, or maybe if it is your girl, and you are thinking, will I do all the tradition? Chances are you won't do them because of the language barrier, because of the difference in terms of actually communications, and also in terms of navigating through understanding what will you do, how will you communicate. For instance, if you witness a Turkish wedding, sometimes the girls normally break some pot that has some things inside there and blah 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 blah. So if you don't know anything, you might think like, what are they doing? But it is their traditions. Okay, so you have to respect them. If your man tells you we need to do this, you're gonna do it. Maybe if your girl tells you we're gonna be doing this, you're gonna be doing this. But as you are still dating this guy or this girl, try as much as possible to ask them questions. How do you normally do it in your local place? What are the things am I expected as a person who is coming into your family to do? What are some of the gestures should I use? Because here also gestures and also affections are so common in terms of actually respecting your elders, and also in terms of showing love. Turkish people have a tendency or have this character of showing, expressing in different ways of love languages. They have their own love languages in terms of actually being romantic, maybe in terms of actually bringing flowers to you during some occasions like the anniversary, the birthdays. Like the birthdays are so common here that even the old people, they are still celebrating the birth each and every time, like single thing they want to be into presents. So like I said, it is good to respect this kind of cultures and also understand and let your girl, for instance, if you're marrying a Turkish girl and you won't be staying in Turkey, you will be staying in your local country, try as much as possible to explain to her the common things that she is required to do or she's gonna be experiencing. Something else I have to also give you is that it is so common to find out that majority of people here are not Christian, rather they are Muslim, like 90% or maybe 98%, not 98, like let's say just 90% of them, they are actually Muslims. So if you are dating a person or maybe a Turkish citizen, be prepared because you're going to be having those differences in terms of religion, in terms of cultures, in terms of languages, and you must find ways to actually navigate through and how you're going to build a beautiful relationship. If you are in a long distance relationship, you must find ways to actually how you're going to navigate through so that you can have harmonious, let me use a word, harmonious, or a good relationship with your partner. Okay, now I want to end the video because I don't want to make it too much long, but I think up to there we are agreeing on one thing, that Turkish people, they have different kinds of cultures and you have to respect them. You have to try them out. You have to show that you are into them. Like if it doesn't make sense to you, it is well and good. You don't need to do it. Nobody will force you to do it. Nobody will force you to go to a wedding or do some stuff that they are normally doing in the wedding, but it is good to appreciate their cultures as a person who is coming from outside. Okay, now let's talk about communication here in terms of actually relationships or in terms of romance stuff. I found out that Turkish people are so common in terms of actually just being open, in terms of actually telling you frankly what they want, and so quick into telling you if they love you. They're gonna just tell you in a few months or in a few weeks that they love you, they want to marry you. They will be planning all these big things within a short period, compared to other nationalities or maybe other people that I have dated in my life, who takes long. They beat around the bush. The bush. They want to make you feel like, oh, you must pass this exam. Oh, blah 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 blah. These corners and this and this and this. So for me, this is my personal experience. I think Turkish people are straightforward in terms of actually communicating. If they want you to get married to them, they're gonna be very open, especially the matured one, not the young ones. The young ones, these young boys, I'm not saying they are bad, but the young ones, sometimes they're gonna play these tricks and they want to actually try and run away from you, or maybe to without hurting you but benefiting from you or from your relationship. But those who are actually mature, they know what they want. They just go to straight to the point and actually tell you, I love you, I want you to be my girlfriend, and I want you to meet my parents, I want you to meet my sisters, my brothers, or some stuff of that kind. So they are so open into even welcoming you in the family. If I have seen, I have a step kid who is still young, but he is into girls right now. He's still young, but he normally comes and shows us his girlfriend pictures. He tells us the plans, like, I'm going to their home today. We're gonna be having dinner. I'm gonna be taking her outside. It is like something new he wants to share with us, and he wants to actually just tell us the journey in terms of make people laugh. And sometimes when we are seated and then maybe we ask her, can you show us the picture? He will show us and then tells, maybe someone makes a joke and say, when are you getting married? And then the boy is like, oh, I'm still looking for money, I want her to be happy, stuff like that. Okay, so it is very common. These things are very common here. So communication, it is something else that I wanted to emphasize on when you are communicating. Like for a successful marriage or maybe relationship, be sure to communicate well. If possible, learn some Turkish phrases. Right now, I can speak frankly some Turkish phrases here and there. I understand averagely. I'm not fluent in Turkish, but I know I can go to the market. I can talk with the people. I can sit together and have a conversation. Okay, so communication gonna be a good thing for you. It's gonna help you into navigating through. If they don't speak English, if you find those kind of people who are not speaking English, try as much as possible to teach them the language that you want to communicate, or maybe use a translator, or maybe use your hand sign language, like this, like this, like this. So another thing is actually for you to embrace those moments and also those Turkish traditions and cultures. Don't feel shy to ask questions. Don't feel bad or don't feel guilty if they are doing something that you don't want and you say no. Don't feel guilty. Be open-minded and actually let them know what you want, and also just make it like don't be hard on yourself. Okay, when you are actually embracing this kind of relationship, don't be hard on yourself. Don't think that, oh, because they are not like me, they are not doing like me, it's gonna be like this and this. Always focus on the positive side of everything, even if it is something that you know that it won't work, but you are trying to make it pure, like you want it to work. Try to be on a positive side. It's gonna give you the positive results that you want. Okay, now, let's talk about Turkish culinary or Turkish foods and also adventures in terms of food wise. It is so common here for couples to meet from one family to another. For instance, if I have invited you for dinner, the next thing you're gonna do, or maybe if you are my friends, you will also want to return that gesture of actually welcoming me into your home by inviting me maybe for breakfast or maybe for a coffee out, or maybe same thing like for dinner. So it is so common for couples or for families here to meet. So don't be afraid if you find yourself you're going outside each and every time to have dinner at some place or with some friends, or maybe guests are coming. Just accept it and also show some love to the people that are around you. When you are actually, maybe you are foreigner, you are sitting with people, don't be gloomy, don't be you don't want to speak, or maybe be approachable, be a person who is welcoming. Have that smiley face. Like, don't be just a person, oh, they are talking, maybe you don't know Turkish and they are talking and you are like, oh, they are talking about me, oh, they are talking about my outfit, oh, they are don't be that person. Okay, try as much as possible to be part of that place, and also be confident when you are actually expressing yourself. Be respectful and also let them know the personality, the person you are. Don't be just be too dull. Okay, I know you are you are understanding what I'm saying. Okay, I know the first times when you are in a new place or in a new family, there is that feeling of fear. You don't want people to know you, you don't want people to speak about you, but don't be too much like don't do it just to for people to see that you don't like them. Even if you don't like them, try to make it fun, like just have your time with them and talk and smile and go. Okay, they won't kill you, they won't crucify you. Okay, so that is something I wanted to share with you. Like, it is so common for people to have these kind of adventures in terms of food wise, in terms of culinary, coming together as a family for dinner, for meals, for parties. So accept the invitations, also invite them to your home, and just have a beautiful relationship with the locals as much as possible. That way you're going to also be learning from them and also understanding their cultures very well. Now, last but not least, is for you to actually celebrate love in that moment that you are in. Okay, if you are into engagement period, celebrate it. If you are into the period of dating, celebrate it, and also embrace that moment of actually love and think positively, like I said, and also try as much as possible to attend these kind of events, especially if you get a chance to come here, meet their parent and let them know you and let them understand who you are, and also just to know how they normally do things. If you happen to come to Turkey, participate in those kind of activities, and also don't be afraid to explore outside. Don't just sit at home because you came in like you got married, and or maybe you came to visit that person, and then you are all the time at home. You're gonna feel bored, like you want, like here you will start feeling homesick. So engage with others, go outside, have dinner, have coffee, explore the place that you are living in, and also understand the people. Try as much as possible to go to these traditional weddings, and also attend their henna nights, like have that experience, have the experience of attending something like a circumcision. They normally call it sunnet. Okay, that way you're gonna be having more fun and also enjoy the relationship well. If you are in a long distance relationship, try to make it even more better by communication, by doing small things here and there, by just doing the things couples can do when they are actually dating. I hope you have understand this video, and also you have actually learned something. If you have done so, you have gotten value. I want you to do me one favor, guys. Subscribe to my channel, share if you can, and also leave a comment. Are you into Turkish people? Are you dating a Turkish guy? Are you dating a Turkish girl? Let me know in the comment section so that I can bring to you more videos like this, especially for those people who are into dating and relationship and cultural, intercultural stuff. Until next time again, I'll see you guys. Bye. Gule gule. Gurushuos.